as well on YouTube are many, many people who have felt that it's important to warn the public, and they've gone a lot of
great lengths
to great lengths with masks and
trickery.
Yeah.
Mountley Crew's coming to the farm.
Yeah,
that was a really good, like,
what's that all about?
regardless of what Dave is or who this other guy is, that was good, man. Like that.
Well,
I messaged that guy and I thought, man, I need to talk to you. You're a tricky son of a bitch. You know?
Well, tell me what was that? I don't know what that is. You tell me.
Well, I guess. What about the Mountley Crew thing?
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I saw the people who talked against it, but what is that story?
I don't really know much about it. I seen, the video after it all came out, you know what I mean? Like, I guess this guy made a YouTube channel called Mountley Crew Channel, and then started messaging Dave and like photoshopped a picture of like the singer of Mountley Crew holding like, what he was really doing was holding like a DVD or something up, but he photoshopped a notepad saying Dave's Farm Rocks on it, and sent him that pictures and like, tricked Dave into thinking that he was really with Mountley Crew, and Mountley Crew's going to come to the farm and play this big concert. It's going to be so awesome, and they want some footage from Dave, saying like Mountley Crew rocks, and so does Dave's Farm, and then drive away on his quad down the road and stuff like that. And he got Dave to do all that stuff, and then come out with this video how he's a big goof for believing it. But I mean, but that's like, I get messages all the time saying, I'm this person and I'm that person, like when you message me, remember when I talked to you on the phone, and you're like, oh, this and that, are you Chris and stuff? And I'm like, well, I guess that all depends on who you are and what you want, you know what I mean? Like, if you're trying to sell me something, I'll just hang up right now. I'm going to be on TV? I'm in.
There are a lot of people that seem to be out there hating him and warning the public, right? There's a lot of people talking against him on that.
Mm-hmm.
What do you make of that?
Oh, I don't know. Just
do you know who these people are?
Pedo Patrol or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, they're just people who are disgusted with the place, and they don't want to see any more kids, be victimized or whatever. So.
And who are his? Do you know anything about the documentary? Do you know, were they making it when you were there?
I seen one video. Whatever.
Were they making it when they were?
I guess so. There is. Well, what I think they did though was just take some of his old videos. So I did see like in one of the clips I saw like my trailer and the thing he's standing there talking about. One of my trailers is in the background sort of thing. But
who's
like, I don't
Jason?
know.
The guy making the documentary. Who's Jason? Do you know that? Those names don't ring a bell to you at all. Do you know anything about the premiere of his documentary? Did anybody go? Did anybody email you? Was anybody there?
I got a couple emails, but it wasn't like a sea of them or anything. A couple people asked me if I heard about it or something. I was like, no.
Did they go? People that emailed you?
Oh, I don't know.
So I was wondering if anybody showed up to watch the documentary.
Well, I'm sure there. It's regardless of what it is. I'll probably watch it when it comes out on DVD or once it's on the internet or whatever. I'll probably watch it just for the sake of watching it. Not, just to see what he has to say. I don't know.
What do you think about him asking for money for his legal fees? He's been soliciting money for his legal fees on the video. $200 or something like that.
I think it's a way to get money off of the people who watch his videos anyway.
So why do you think he would ask for donations? Does that bother you?
Easy to do, I guess. Hey, give me money, and if one person gives you money, great. More money than you had before, right?
How does that make you feel that he's soliciting money? Does it bother you?
Well, when I broke my back, I got about almost $2,000 from the people that watch my videos that were concerned about me and this and that. Because what I did was, as I screwed myself over, I spent all summer pissing around, spending money on scrap cars, and then ended up losing that money after I broke my back because Dave scrapped the cars and kept the money. And that's the whole issue. Whether he's a pedophile or not, or anything else, me and Dave, he stole my money. End of story. You know what I mean? Broken back, Winnebago crash, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It was if I didn't want a broken back, I wouldn't have jumped to Winnebago. And it's as simple as that. Dave didn't twist my arm, hold a gun to me, nothing. If I didn't want him pushing in the truck, I would have said, hey, Dave, don't push in the truck. And really, I should have done that because I was pissed off. I really didn't even feel like it. It was just like I was going through the motions, It wasn't like all the other jumps when I was happy and I was like, yeah, this is going to be awesome. I was just like, you know what I mean? Because I was pissed off from a couple hours before him calling me stupid idiot in front of everybody and this and that, and then acting, you know, when I like, dude, are you serious? And then he just, you know.
Do you realize?
All right, so I just felt it probably necessary to show you guys why I cut what I cut. And if we come here, like, you've already watched this part because I'm putting this after this part, but if we go here, you can see we're up here now. We push, oh shit. We push play.
Trailers is in the background sort of thing, but
Who's
I don't
Jason? The guy making the documentary. Who's Jason? Do you know that?
Okay, so who's Jason, and then I cut out his last name, and then she asked me
Do you know
who's this
anything
other
about the
Jason, and I cut out his last name. And you can see, like you can see, no cuts, no cuts, no cuts. We come down here, then there's the one little cut, like we're talking a, you know, the amount of time it took. But then we come down here, and this is, you know, this is why I'm doing this. If we come over here, you can see.
like, dude, are you serious? And then he just, you know.
Do you realize?
And we come down here.
Do you realize?
So that's the end.
All right, it's freaking TV.
And then, because my battery died, it was on the tripod outside the door, battery died, so that's all I have.
Do you realize?
Hiding something?
Well,
All right, it's
I'm just
freaking, TV.
making sure.
Apologize.
So, you know, so I mean, that's it. You can see right there, that's it. You know, I got all this footage, all this footage, all this footage. Well, it takes a second when you're rifling through it like that, but you can see, like, that's where the curtain fell down. I cut it there, you know, and then all this I left out because that's all, you know, dude friggin' getting the mic ready and all this stuff like that. And there was a part where I mentioned, you know, another dude's name that was in the Winnebago, and I didn't want him to bring, you know, and I mentioned his name, and then I told her that I don't want, you know, her to use his name in any of this because, you know, I don't have his permission to friggin' to say that, so I'm not gonna. So I ended that, and so I cut that out because there was no need to see it. But anyways, you see what you see. If you don't friggin' like it, I don't know what to tell you. You know, I didn't just go there to bash Dave. I friggin' was making doing an interview for TV about the Winnebago crash, and this is what it turned into, and I had no idea at all that there was any going after friggin' Dave's ads or anything like that at all, because, you know, one person commented, you know, he is who he is or whatever, but he worked hard for what he's got, and, you know, he is who he is on YouTube because of nobody else but himself. So to take that away, and I mean the other channel, I'm not sure 100%, but I'm pretty sure that from what I've read on some, you know, comments or whatever, that the one channel's Adam's, his son. So you're gonna friggin' take the friggin' the ads from Dave's son. What does he have to do with it? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not happy one bit. Not happy one bit with what they did. And I told her, I says, you know, on the phone when she was friggin', because she started asking me questions about Dave and this and that. So I'm just telling her about, you know, how, you know, the whole money in the scrap cars thing, and we just, instead of talking about it and this and that, there was a few vague emails sent back and forth, and that was the extent of it. So it's just as much my fault as it is Dave's that communication wasn't laid out and it happened the way it did. You know what I mean? And that's all there is to it. She, you know, I don't know. I'm not happy with the way they went about that at all. And you know, and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know what else to say, but you know, it is what it is, and friggin' I didn't bring any of this on. They came to me, and I mean, you know, if Dave didn't go on TV and say all that stuff, then, you know, this probably would have never happened. And I had no idea that they were going to anybody else's house, his wife or his friggin' or Garrett's house or any of that stuff at all. So as far as I knew, the friggin' they were doing a show about, you know, like a segment in a show about, you know, what happened to me at the farm. You know, of course it's about the farm, you know what I mean, or whatever, but it's about what happened to me at the farm, you know, or whatever. I don't know, but friggin', you know, I thought, frig, you know, and the other thing, me and Dave, you know, I'd said a long time ago when this first happened. Until me and Dave talk about it, I'm not going to make a video explaining everything. So, you know, after a year, I thought, well, you know, I should, you know, on September 5th, I was going to make a video just sort of explaining, you know, this is what happened and how it happened and why it happened. And you know, it's really, it's nobody's fault and it's everybody's fault sort of thing. I don't know how to explain it, but you know what I mean? Like, I could have handled it different. Dave could have handled it different. Everybody else didn't have to friggin' go and beak off about he's saying this and you're saying that and blah 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 this and blah 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 that, and you know what I mean, like come to the friggin' hospital and just fill my head full of all kinds of nonsense while I'm totally stoned out of my mind on morphine and shit. I mean, you know, the second day I was there, you can see my arms are just black with bruises from all the morphine shots they're giving me. I was a total disaster for, you know, the whole 11 days I was in there. I was a friggin' zombie, you know what I mean? So to say that any comments that I made during that time or anything else were, you know, I mean, I was pissed off, you know, friggin' I got all these people filling my head full of whatever, and you can take it as you will. If you're in that situation and you got, you know, 200 people coming in a day, friggin' just swarming the place. The hospital's totally pissed off. You know, people are in there making videos and stuff. I'm getting complaints from the hospital. I got booted out of London, sent to St. Thomas, and right away they're telling me there's not going to be any cameras, this and that, or the security's going to take it and smash it and stuff. It's like, holy shit, man. Can you get me into my room and tuck me in first before you start threatening me? You know, so the whole ordeal was just an absolute shitstorm, and this is the friggin' end result. And I really, you know what, you know, to say that friggin' going to Dave's didn't, you know what I mean, make my channel what it is or whatever, obviously, like, come on. You know what I mean? Like, friggin', I had like 300 subscribers when I went there, and like the week after, he made the video of the lawn chair, and his thing was one of the coolest redneck inventions ever, was the description he made for that video. And like right away, it was like, boom, 1,000 subscribers. So, you know what I mean? You know, and then I do all the jumps and I spray paint my name. And again, I asked Dave, do you mind if I spray paint One Pug Life on the side of my own vehicles, so that, you know what I mean, when people are watching me on your videos doing these huge jumps, that they'll see, oh, you know. And for the longest time, well, not the longest time, but for the first couple months, you know, there was all these comments on Dave's videos saying, what's One Pug Life, and why does there say One Pug Life on the side of that car, and blah blah blah. And then it took a little while, and then you could see the names coming in. Oh, it's his username, it's the guy who's jumping into username, and blah 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 blah. And they started finding me, like, you know what I mean? I never said that didn't happen, but you know what I mean? A lot of people went out there and didn't do what I did, so they don't have the subscribers I have. And then after the fact, they you know what I mean, or whatever. Like, I carried on, you know, I did the cooking videos when I was frigged over and I could hardly walk, and then, you know, but as soon as I could friggin' get that tractor in the gully, man, there I was, you know what I mean, friggin' flipping it over on myself, and, you know, all for the friggin' sake of friggin' YouTube or whatever. Like, I mean, you know, whatever, I friggin' go in the gully and ride my tractor anyway. I mean, we were just hogging through the woods the other day, no camera, this and that. It's like, you know what I mean? Sometimes you just gotta give her shit, you know? It's one of them things where I'm not in the mood to make a video, but I need to do something, right? So friggin', so we did it. But yeah, man, I'm not out to bash Dave or badmouth Dave or friggin' anything like that. I told everybody right away that I'm not gonna make a video about it until me and Dave talk about it. Me and Dave just haven't talked about it, and neither one of us have put any effort into communicating with each other over it. And, you know, I've seen him on videos totally bad-mouthing me and laughing about, you know, how I get frigged over, and, you know, it's costing me money to be on YouTube and stuff. Like, what, you know, why he would stand in front of somebody with a camera and just yammer off his horse shit about me. That's totally not true, by the way, just so we're clear on that. Everything I said was 100% true, and everything, well, not everything he said was 100% false, but, you know, some of the things he's like exaggerating or just not, you know, he just doesn't know, or it's third-party information. You know what I mean? Like, everything I said, you know, I wasn't there when he rode around with the 11-year-old kid. I wasn't there, but I seen the video, but I never said I was there. You know what I mean? The things I said I saw is what I saw. I never seen him grab no kid's junk, do anything like that. I mean, you'd know if I did, because, you know, it'd have been out there. You know what I mean? So, friggin', but yeah, it is what it is, and friggin', there's nothing I can do about it now. I'm always going to be associated with him, and friggin', you know, whatever, friggin' call her a day. The old boat sailed, right? So, you know, I figured I'd get two birds stoned at once and talk about what happened and why it happened and how it happened and friggin' and this and that, and then I could also, you know, it'd be on TV, and you know, and then it's easier when you got a lady sort of asking questions about it too, because you know I can sit there in front of the camera and just banter off a whole bunch of nonsense about my side of how it happened, but it's a lot easier if you're like talking to somebody, sort of thing, right? So that's what I figured that's what I do. Perfect, you know what I mean? It's been over a year and nobody's bothered to friggin' try to fix anything, so all right, here's my side. And you know, after seeing him going on a few, you know, making videos about me, so okay, fine, here we go. Ding ding, ding ding, buddy. You know what I mean, whatever. I don't hate the guy or nothing. It's just, it is what it is, right? Friggin', we don't get along because of the whole money thing. Money, 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 money. You know, so. But yeah. Anyway, friggin', we'll get back to the regularly scheduled programming. Right after all this horse shit blows over here, whatever, maybe get a romping vid up. I took a couple videos in the last few days, but you know, with all that's happened and stuff, I'm not overly too thrilled about a whole lot right now. So, but yeah, there we go, and keep it real, big time.